What's up, everybody? This is Court. This video is a little something different than my typical videos. This is something to shed light on a great game that a lot of people might not be familiar with. It's college hoops, NCAA 2K8. It's a great game. I know what you're thinking. It's 2011. It's about to be 2012. You're bringing up a game that's almost 4 years old now, pretty much. But if you could look past the 2K8 and the year, this game is amazing. It plays so well. If you're a fan of basketball, but more importantly, if you're a fan of college basketball like I am, a lot of people that believe that college basketball is way better than NBA basketball because the excitement, the college, the campuses, the prestigious schools that you could play for. You watch on television, you get to play for them, and the recruiting, which is just beautiful. You can recruit high school players, and it's just different. You totally have a different team every year. Things can change, and the excitement around it. That's a lot of reason why people like college basketball, and that's the reason why a lot of college basketball games may not get as much attention as the NBA games, but they're sometimes, in a lot of cases, they're better, more fun game. So this game, college hoops, what I want to show you right now is the legacy mode. The legacy mode is so much fun. I used to play this game back when it first launched, and I was looking on YouTube and I had came across a video where a guy was telling me how to get the updated rosters, the current 2011 roster. So I'm like, wow, I remember how much fun I had playing this game. So I went to GameStop that day, went and got it, went and picked the game up. It was about $4, probably the best $4 I've ever spent in my life. But it was $4. I went and picked the game up, got the updated rosters, and I started playing. So me, I'm a big legacy guy. I'm a big association mode, franchise mode. That's what I love to do. I play it. The only time I don't really play it online because online you gotta deal with the lag and the connection, and that takes a lot of fun away from the game. So if I got friends over, we'll play quick matches head to head. But mostly I'm playing association mode, franchise modes consistently. I really get into it. So legacy mode. You start off, they do the coaching carousel thing like most games do. You start off, you create a coach, and you give them attributes. So once you create your guy, you create them any name, and they actually say the name because they have the pool of names that they can say. So you pick a name, huge pool. I think over 2,000 something names, 5,000 names. There's a lot of names that you can pick. So your generic names, Johnson, Smith. Then they got names, the player that's already in the game, coaches that's already in the game. You can use names like that. Big pool of names basically. So what you do is you create your coach, and then it gives you a school to pick. Now, this is the thing that I think makes this game really, really fun. You have an option to play an open legacy, and you have an option to play a career legacy. I play a career legacy, which is basically you get to start off as you would in real life. If you were trying to be a coach, and you start off as you would in real life, you'll start off with a small program, and you have to work your way up. That's the career legacy. The open legacy is the typical. You can pick any school you want and start a season like that. But the career legacy is way more fun. You get to create your coach, and you start off at a small school. But you get to pick your school. They give you a selection of a few schools that you could pick. Smaller, mid-major programs, small programs, and small conferences, and you could pick, and you start off from those schools. And based on how you play out your 2-year contract with that school, and based on how you play, you can get offers from other schools. So if you play well, you play really well, you get an offer from a bigger school. And if you play well at that school, you get an offer from an even bigger school. You can end up at a North Carolina or a Duke or UCLA or Kentucky or places like that, based on how you play. So I started one, and the school I chose was Texas Southern. I like their jerseys. I like their arena. So I'm looking at my coach. His name is Wooden. He made his name Wooden, C. Wooden. My coaching staff. My record is 0-0. I just started, and I got minimal job security because this is my first year. I get to start my recruiting, my playbook and stuff, and now we can go to recruits. If you look at the recruits, you see the #1 player in the nation is from Philly. How about that? So you go to recruits. Recruiting is so much fun in this game because it's so realistic. You got 6'10" small forwards and 6'6" power forwards, like realistic players in realistic positions and sizes. And you look at the top 10. Obviously they got North Carolina top 10 with all the recruits they got this year, and all the players coming back with Harrison Barnes, and you got Duke, Kentucky with all that freshman class they got. So they got the top 25. So the other thing about this game is they tell you a lot about the conferences. They break down the conferences to the best overall players. You got the best freshmen, the best scorers, the best pro prospects, and it's just so much fun to play. And then once you're ready to start the season, you got to play your Midnight Madness. Every school has a Midnight Madness that you could play. It's basically a scrimmage with the team. So I don't feel like playing that, so I'm going to scroll through that, scroll through that. As you see, computer recruits also. Now, I think one of the best thing about this game that a lot of people don't know that they will have is preview show. They do a preview show, they do a postseason show. The preview show is so cool because as you see, you got the guys at the front desk. It's kind of similar to like a college game day live or a college hoops live TV show that you will watch. You got Brian Gumble here talking about the top 5 schools in the nation. So you got North Carolina, Duke, Louisville, Kentucky, Pitt. Pretty close to what will be the top 5 for this year, upcoming season, the 2011-2012 college basketball season. Not 100% accurate because I'm not sure Pittsburgh will be up there, but it's pretty close. I'm pretty sure everyone is pretty sure North Carolina will be number 1. But this game is so it's so reactive. It keeps track of everything that happens. Like you can have a good game and it'll be on the top plays, not the top plays, but the top matchup of the week. They do this right here, this little preview show. They do this every week. They have a week preview, a week review of the best games for that week. They have it every week. So you playing a big game, you got a really good game against a big program, or if you pull off a great upset, or if you're a big team and you get upset by a smaller team, they'll have that in a week's matchup, talking about your team negatively. So it's really, really cool. So as you see, we got Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K, Rick Pitino with Louisville. Lost in the second round last year, which would have been that year in 08. So, we got 5 returning starters. But see, as you see, you got the coaches here, Rick Pitino in his little suit, the red top for Louisville. The game is so interactive, man. It's so much fun. You got Coach Kyle. And, the best part about it is, in a couple years, with your program, you get to have your guy up here. If he's in the top 10 or the top 5 at a big-time program, you got your coach up here being talked about. And it's really, really a lot of fun. So as we move on to Pittsburgh, got Jamie Dixon, a really good coach there. Really good win record, 105 wins, 30 losses. Lost in the Sweet 16 last year. Bring back 5 starters. That's huge. They're going to have a real season team. And you look at, they show you the rest of the top 25, 16 to 15. Some really, really good teams. UCLA, Kansas, Memphis, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida, Syracuse, Zona, FSU, Indiana. They'll do the same thing they did 1 through 5. They'll look through the teams, the coaches, Tom Crean, and then they'll move on to the next section. So as you see here, you got Tom Crean, really good coach, came from Marquette, got a big job offer at Indiana, big time program with a lot of history, trying to bring them back. FSU under Hamilton, okay program. They go up and down yearly. They had a good year last year in real life. But as you see, this is the small stuff that this game adds that is just fun. It brings excitement to playing the game. It makes you want to go and play the game so you can have your team, featured in this kind of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that a lot of people say that EA just doesn't add to their games. They don't have this kind of extra. The gameplay is really, really good. The graphics look nice, especially now more than before. But they don't have, this extra stuff. A lot of people think is pointless, but this stuff, this is what gets me excited to play sports games. Especially when I'm playing it by myself. Against just associations against the computer and whatnot. So as you hear, you got Bull Ryan in Wisconsin, and that super slow offense that they play. You got they lost in the second round last year, which would have been 2008. As opposed to this game, you got Buzz Williams from Marquette, replaced Tom Crean, lost in the first round. So as you see, they keep it. These are the real life coaches. In real life, they're on this game. Now, I won't say that these are their picture models. I guess they're pretty close to them now. These aren't their exact accurate picture models, but they're close to them. And now they move on to the All-Americans. It's got Irvin Walker from Florida, Ashton Gibbs, the senior from Pittsburgh, Harrison Barnes, highly touted sophomore, Jared Sellinger, highly touted sophomore, and I wasn't sure who that center was. You got Irvin Walker, a big-time player. He played well while Kenny Boynton was out last year. Played really, really well, made a big name for himself. Comes in Ashton Gibbs, a guy a lot of people thought was going to go to the league, NBA last year. Went, worked out, came back. Now, he's a big-time shooter, big-time scorer. He'll probably lead the Big East in scoring this year in real life. So, they got him second on our first-team All-American, the #1 shooting guard, excuse me. Got Harrison Barnes. Everyone knows Harrison Barnes. #1 high school prospect. Would have probably been the #1 overall pick if he came out this year. Or probably the #1 overall pick next year when he declares for the 2012 NBA draft. But he's still in school right now. First team All-American. Then you got the player of the year last year, Jared Sellinger. Beast in the middle. Sophomore. They got him. First team All-American. He was a lottery pick next year, top pick next year in the 2012 draft. He's on the game. Kind of the picture, the player model really, really resembles him if he knows what he looked like. So, that's crazy. Then you move on to the center. I didn't really see who it was. I'm actually doing this commentary in real time, so, I'm watching this. And at the same time, Tyler Zeller from North Carolina, of course, junior. He'll be a lottery pick when he declares a legit 7-footer. And as you can see, that's why they got North Carolina #1. You got 3 of their starters, first team All-Americans. There's no mistake that they're the #1 team in the nation. Probably the team to beat this year, and obviously on the game too. So then look, 2 more. Basically, Carolina's whole starting 5 is all preseason All-American. First team and second team got their point guard Kendall Marshall. Came on late at the end of the year. They started him and he played really, really good. He's big as hell for a point guard, 6'4", 180, lefty, so he's crafty. Runs their team really, really well. Good player. He'll be a lottery pick or a top pick next year in the draft. Kenny Boynton. As I alluded to earlier, where Irvin Walker was hurt last year, Irvin Walker stepped over. Kenny Boynton, a big-time scorer, big-time shot maker. He can put it up from anywhere. As soon as he gets in the gym, he's in range. Got Terrence Jones from Kentucky, first Kentucky player you see here. He's a guy, big-time scorer, big-time player. He would have been a lottery pick or a top pick last year, but he decided to come back to school, so he'll definitely be a top pick in this year 2012 draft. So they got him, the second small forward, second team All-American. We're going to move on to power forward. And I believe it's probably going to be another North Carolina player. Yeah, John Henson. Big-time athlete, block shots, rebound, super long. I'm sure, if you follow college basketball, you're familiar with all these players. But, again, North Carolina, they're the team to beat. They got their whole starting 5, top 10 All-Americans. It's crazy. And you got Ezeli from Vandy, a big-time player. Really, really good defensive player. And that's pretty much, the preseason All-Americans. And they keep track of this. They do it based on rating and based on the year they had last year on this game. And that's pretty much the season preview. Really, really in-depth, really, really interesting. It keeps you involved in the game. That kind of stuff keeps you involved in this game. That's one of the biggest things that this game is so amazing. So here I'm going to skip through the red shirting. You get the red shirt your players. And actually I'm going to, I forgot I had to recruit. So I'm trying to recruit these guys. I got 4 scholarships now. As you see, there are only 3-star players. I'm at a smaller school. See, as you see, I'm at the bottom with small interest from these guys. So I'm going to basically use my head coach to recruit. I'm going to have phone conversations with them, email them. You can have them come and visit games, come to your games, or you can go to their home, or you can have them come to your games at the school. So basically all I do is take advantage of my head coach because he has the best ratings right now, more so than my assistant coaches. So I take advantage of him. And as you see, I'm trying to get this 7-footer. I need a big guy. So I'm hoping these guys can come and try to make my team better. I'm going to take a look at my roster right now. And as you can see, it's not that good. I'm a first-time coach at a small school. My best player is 69 overall. We don't really have any big men. My biggest player is 6'8". But I do have a really talented freshman, 68 overall. He can really shoot the ball. Now I know you're looking at 68 overall, you know, he sucks, but in comparison to my conference, my conference, we're not in the Big East or the ACC. We're in a really small conference. So a lot of these players not on the other teams, they're not going to be that much better than us. We're pretty much even. A lot of players in our conference are the same overall wise. So my player having a 79, almost 80 3-point shot, that makes a huge difference. He'll probably lead the league, lead the conference in scoring or something like that, or 3-point percentage. So just looking through the rest of my roster, we need to make some improvement. So if I'm trying to have some success this year and move up in the coaching ranks. So let's go back through the redshirt, auto save. So I'm going to go through the redshirting process, move forward to the next week of recruiting. You get to recruit one time every week. Got to go through the rosters. I don't want to redshirt anyone, so I'll move through that. And you go through recruiting. Computer recruits all week. You get to recruit every Monday or the beginning of every week. You get to recruit again. So I'm going to go do that one more time. Recruit these guys. Try to get these guys to sign. As you see, they're not really interested. So I'm just going to hopefully, with the more games you win, actually I can offer them scholarships. The more games you win, the more well your team does, that interest will move up slowly but surely. So the better I play, the more it'll move up. The worse I play, obviously, the lower it'll go. So, I'm just going to try to get these guys in. Spencer, the 7-footer, I need a big man. As you see, I have no bigs, and I offer him a scholarship. Hopefully, give him some incentive to come. So I'm going to move forward to the first game against Texas A&M. I guess that's a community college, CC at the end. See, actually, you see we got Kentucky scheduled earlier this year. Next later, we got Texas later this year. So we got some really huge programs. So as you can see, this team's overall 66, my overall 69. We got 73 offense. Their offense is still in the 60s. So now we're gonna take you to the pregame of the game. You see the guys coming out of one of the coaching rooms, coming onto the court. Now with this game, you hear the in-depth commentary. You get the layup line going. Actually, you control the layup line. You control what they do in the layup line. You can make guys stop for jump shots. You can make guys go all the way to the rim to get dunks or layups. You actually control every player in the layup line. As soon as the ball is passing them, you control them. So this isn't me controlling. They're showing from the computer's point of view, because I'm actually not playing in this game right now. So they're showing it from the computer's point of view, and then they go through the matchups of the game based on the two teams. I see this kid Chris Mass is a good matchup with my player Kevin Galloway. So this game is really in depth, and is really reactive and proactive of what's actually happening, and this is really a joy and really fun to play if you're a fan of college basketball. So I definitely think at the worst it's worth for $4. You know what I mean? So it's not like you got to fork up $60 for this game. $4, and you get to have, in my opinion, the best college game ever made. So that's pretty much it, man. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this game, man. You guys take care. Until next time, this is Court, and I'm out.